Good day. My name is George Washington, and today is a day that we recognize as the anniversary of our Declaration of Independence for these United States of America. And as part of the celebrations, I am honored to be here with you, the Scouts. I am proud of all Scouts for remaining and holding true to the values of Scouting. You are our future leaders and will make this nation and the world a better place. And that being said, I give you now Scout Saturday Live.
It's Scout Saturday Live with Taylor Bell, Nathaniel Cox, Charlotte Green, Cameron Irvine, Bailey Vincent, Sam Yamosta, and your host, Miranda Janae. And now, Miranda Janae.
Hi everyone, it's the 4th of July, and we're so happy you've joined us for this very special episode of Scout Saturday Live. I'm your host, Miranda Janae, and today we have some pretty amazing Scouts joining us to help make today's show absolutely incredible.
It's Independence Day here in the United States, and there's no better day than today for us to recognize some of our country's amazing history and landmarks.
We also have a musical performance that I had the honor of participating in, along with dozens of other Scouts from across the country and overseas too.
That sounds incredible. I can't wait to see what that's all about. Of course, we'll still have our unit shoutouts, fan mail, and viewer projects to show you.
And if all that wasn't enough, we also have some pretty cool patriotic projects that will bring the red, white, and blue out of you.
Now, some of you may be thinking, how is Scout Saturday Live going to recognize some of the historical landmarks in the United States on today's show? Seems impossible, right?
Nope, we got this covered. Let's hear from our first guest host from the National Capital Area Council in Washington, D.C.
Hi, I'm Riley Son from Troop 500.
Hi, I'm Grayson Brady from Troop 500.
Hi, I'm Lane Brown. I'm a scout from Troop 500, Washington, D.C.
Troop 500 meets in a neighborhood called Capitol Hill, steps from the building behind me, the United States Capitol.
The first session of U.S. Congress took place here on November 17, 1800. Did you know that the statue on top of the dome is called the Statue of Freedom? She's 19 feet high, made entirely of bronze, and weighs over 15,000 pounds. Speaking of tall structures.
Hello everyone, it's great to be with you on this special episode of Scout Saturday Live. I'm Aiden Browner.
And I'm Jason Browner.
And we're from Troop 520 in Manhattan, New York.
Today is the 4th of July, and we're heading out to see the Statue of Liberty.
Behind us is the New York City skyline, famous for its enormous skyscrapers.
The tallest building behind me is the Freedom Tower. It's opened in 2014.
The Freedom Tower replaces the World Trade Center, which was destroyed in a terrorist attack in September 11, 2001.
It's the tallest building in the United States and Western Hemisphere.
The Freedom Tower is 1,776 feet tall to honor the year the Declaration of Independence was signed.
We're here at the Statue of Liberty, the greatest symbol of freedom for people around the world.
Designed and created in Paris, the Statue of Liberty was given to America as a gift from France in 1885.
In 1886, Lady Liberty was put together by workers who were mostly made up of immigrants.
Lady Liberty holds a tablet that reads July 4, 1776, the date of Independence Day.
Today, the statue is 134 years old, but its symbolism still continues to have renewed meaning.
Freedom isn't free, and as Scouts and as Americans, we need to do our part to defend freedom for all. Exactly what the Statue of Liberty stands for. Thanks for Eric for hosting our trip, and thanks to New York Media Boat for taking us along.
You got it, guys.
Thanks, Aiden and Jason. You guys did a great job. Now for our first craft. Backed by popular demand, we're gonna make some slime. But not just slime, but star-spangled slime. So here's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need 2 containers, both filled with clear glue. I like to make these about even. And then you're gonna have some white glue, and then in your white glue you're gonna put a little bit of water. Not a lot of water, but a little bit of water. Then you're going to need some blue and some red food dye. Then optional, you can have white and red glitter. Mine's a bit more pink, but that's okay. You need some stuff to mix with and your activator. So, first we're gonna add in our food dye. We're not making a lot of slime, so I'm just gonna do a drop each. Now I'm not adding any food dye to the white slime because I want it to stay white. Then, this is like my favorite part, is mixing in the food dye because it looks so pretty. If you want a better color, like this is a little too light for me, so I'm gonna add in another drop of red food dye. Alright, the next thing that we're going to do is we're gonna add in our activator. So I'm using spray and wash. This one works best, in my opinion at least. And a little bit of science behind slime. The activator just makes the molecules of the glue stick together in a different way, so that as you add more and more, the glue starts to become a more rubbery consistency, making slime. I'm going to finish activating the white slime in just a bit, but I'm going to start activating the blue and the red. We'll start with the blue. So you'll notice that as you mix this more and more, it starts to become less transparent, but that happens, it's just air bubbles. So all you have to do is you gotta give it a little bit of time to start to clear up, and then you'll have beautiful transparent slime. So I'm activating the red one now. It's gonna become lighter, but it'll get darker as time goes on. So now is a great time to add our glitter. So I have white and red kind of glitter. So these are really cool glitter things. They just kind of go like that, and bam, now you have a sprinkled thing. I like a lot of glitter. You guys don't have to add a lot of glitter. All right, just give that a quick mix. This one, for some reason, does not want to work the same. There we go. Ooh. Try not to make a mess, guys. All right, quick mix. Okay, so these three are not fully activated yet, and I'm gonna finish activating them. But first, I want to show you guys what it's gonna look like when they are activated. So I made a blue slime and a red slime earlier this morning. So they're not like transparent yet. It's gonna take a couple days, but this is how they should look when they are all done. See how I can easily just kind of pull it out of the container and play around with it, and it's not too sticky. The blue one's a little sticky, but I can fix that easily. All right, so here is our red slime. It functions the same as the blue slime. Now, I hope that you guys have a lot of fun making your slimes. This does make a mess, so be careful. And make sure that you guys have your parents' permission before starting this project or any of our other projects. I hope you guys have a great 4th of July.
That's awesome slime. I'm really excited because today is my first day I get to read fan mail. So here it goes. This first one is from Nathan in Troop 73. This one is also from Miranda. Miranda, Nathan would like to know when you're going to lead another Kahoot game.
That's a great question, Nathan. I think I might remember you from the first Kahoot game. I guess this is a good time to announce that we will be hosting our next big Kahoot game this Wednesday, July 8th. This time we're going to be doing it a little bit earlier in the day, so everyone on the East Coast and in Europe can join in as well. We will put the details on how to join on the show's Facebook page at ScoutSaturdayLive.
I can't wait to join the Kahoot game. Most of my Scout Saturday Live fellow hosts will also be on there. Okay, time for our next fan mail. This one is from Janine in ship 1108. And it's for Charlotte. Charlotte, what's the longest sail you have ever done with your ship?
That's a great question, Janine. So the longest voyage that I've ever been on has only been 1 night and 2 days, but I've known plenty of girls that have gone on voyages for as long as 2 weeks. I'm a land ship, so that means that we don't have our own boat, but we borrow our brother troop's ship. And so their ship is called Islander, and we use their boat and we go out to Catalina, and we usually bake them cookies and clean their boat for them as a payment for getting to use their boat. And as girls go up in the ranks of Sea Scouts from apprentice and so on, they have to go on different lengths of voyages and journeys to be able to get the requirements to go up in rank. So I'm only an apprentice, so I've only been on shorter voyages, but I've known many girls and boys who have gone on for many weeks.
Thanks y'all for all your great fan mail. If you have a question or suggestion for us, please email us at scoutsaturdaylive@scouting.org with your parents' permission. Now let's hear from our next guest host from the Cradle of Liberty Council in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Thanks, Charlotte. I'm Blaze Kearney, and I'm a Fire EMS Explorer Scout in Post 1873 here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I'm standing in front of the historic Pennsylvania State House, which was renamed the Independence Hall. This is the very building that is referred to as the birthplace of the United States because exactly 244 years ago today, on July 4th, 1776, right inside those windows, the Declaration of Independence was officially adopted, making the U.S. an independent country. Written by Thomas Jefferson right down the street from where I'm standing, the Declaration of Independence, as well as the Constitution, were eventually signed here. There are so many pieces of history here in Philadelphia. I wish I could show you all of them. One of my favorites is the Liberty Bell. This was the original bell that sat atop the Pennsylvania State House and its bell tower steeple. In the mid-1800s, the bell developed a crack, so in an effort to preserve it, the bell was removed and taken out of service. Today, the Liberty Bell is on display in its permanent home located across the street. As we celebrate Independence Day today, all of us Scouts should be proud of the values that we stand for, our freedom to express ourselves in different branches of Scouting, and the positive impact we have on shaping the world we live in today, and what will look like tomorrow. The framers of our country, the men who stood right inside those walls, had the courage to declare our nation's independence. Scouts have that same bravery and have the same courage to do what's right versus what's easy. Have a great holiday weekend, everyone.
Thanks, Blaze. Since today is Independence Day, I wanted to do a project that we can do with the red, white, and blue colors of our flag. Today, I'm going to be showing you all how to make a sand art project. This is one that I made earlier, and because I don't have sand and the Scout is thrifty, I use salt instead. Now, you'll need for this project is a small jar, blue and red food coloring, salt or sand if you have it, a funnel, I made mine out of paper because we don't have a plastic funnel, and then a spoon because it's very helpful. First, for this project, you're going to want to put some salt in a bag, or sand, and put some food coloring in it. So I'm going to use blue food coloring. And there's no specific amount of blue food coloring you should put in here, or salt. Just do it until you think it looks blue enough. And then you have to mix it around, wait for it to dry. Mix it around. Now, you want to leave the bag open, like this, and leave it out to dry overnight. I did these two earlier, so they're dry and they should be ready for the next part. Now that the colored sand is dry, we can start to put together our colored sand project. First, take the funnel, and put the red sand in first. That should be enough. Next, you want to pour some white sand in on top of the red sand. Finally, all that's left is the blue sand. We don't need the funnel anymore because it's already all at the top. Now all that's left to do is shake it around a little bit so that it levels out and compacts down. Put the top on. There you have it. We're done. I hope you enjoyed that project, and I can't wait to see what you guys make on your own. Now, let's head up to South Dakota and join Grace, Nadia, Amina, and Thomas at a pretty awesome location that I've always wanted to visit.
Hi guys, we hope you're having a great Independence Day holiday and a great weekend so far. I'm Grace Belcher.
And I'm Nadia Belcher. And I'm Amina Belcher.
Nadia and I are from Troop 72G.
And I'm in Pack 33. We are from Rapid City, South Dakota.
And I'm Thomas Haar from Boy Scout Troop 72. Today we're in the Black Hills at Mount Rushmore. This world-famous monument is known as the Shrine of Democracy and features 4 outstanding U.S. presidents.
That's right, Thomas. Presidents George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln.
Hey, do you guys know how tall each president's head is? 1,000 feet high!
No, silly. They're probably 50 feet high.
Nope, they're 60 feet high, about the size of a 6-story building.
Each president was selected to represent an important piece of U.S. history. George Washington, as the first U.S. president, is considered to be the founding father of American democracy. His figure on the mountain is the most prominent and represents the birth of the United States.
President Thomas Jefferson was the primary author of the Declaration of Independence, a document which inspires democracies around the world. Because of this, Jefferson was included on the Mount Rushmore Monument to represent the growth of the United States.
Next is President Theodore Roosevelt, who provided leadership in the growth of industry and the American economy. He represents the development of the United States.
And finally, there's President Abraham Lincoln, who held the nation together during one of its greatest trials, the Civil War. Lincoln believed his most sacred duty was the upholding of the country. It was his firm belief that slavery must be abolished. President Lincoln was included on Mount Rushmore to represent the preservation of the United States.
It took 14 years and 400 workers to make Mount Rushmore. They began in 1927 and completed the monument in 1941.
Where did the rest of the mountain go? What do you mean? Where did they put all the parts of the rocks that they took off to make the presidents?
Great question, Amina. When they made the monument, they chiseled and blasted away over 450,000 tons of rock. Most of that is still at the base of the monument.
I've always wondered if Mount Rushmore is going to last forever. The men and women who work for the National Park Service work hard to make sure that the monument will last for generations to come. They have a trained team of mountain climbers to seal rocks and clean the monument throughout the year. It's such an awesome sight to see, and it's no wonder why over 2 million visitors travel each year to come see the monument. Have a great 4th of July weekend and enjoy your Scout Saturday Live show.
That's it for us! We hope you enjoyed seeing Mount Rushmore today.
Thank you for joining us.
Bye!
Hi, I'm Ryan Lasan from Troop 500. We're back in Washington, D.C. to look at the tallest obelisk monument in the world, the Washington Monument. Construction of the foundation began 172 years ago today, on July 4th, 1848. It took 37 years of on and off building before the monument was dedicated in 1885 to honor our first president, George Washington.
Inside the monument are stairs that spiral up to the top, and in the center of the spiral is an elevator. You know, you saw it during the Spider-Man Homecoming.
Wow, you guys are getting more and more creative with the projects you're doing at home. It was a really tough choice this week. But here's our favorite. We're happy to send you a Scout Saturday Live collector's patch, like this one. If you want a patch, all you have to do is send us a photo or a video of any project you see on the show that you do at home. It can be a project from today's show or one of our past episodes. Just email your photos or videos with your parents' permission to ScoutSaturdayLive@scouting.org. Hey Miranda, what's up next?
Now it's time for today's shoutouts. And to all of the scouting units that watch our show, thank you so much for watching. Hello to Troop 25 from Yonkers, New York, Troop 44 from Stuttgart, Germany, Troop 365 from Knightdale, North Carolina, Troop 377 from Ralston, Nebraska, Troop 561 from Winter Haven, Florida, Troop 2063G from Cambridge, New York, Troop 878 from Spring, Texas, Ship 846 from North Houston, Texas, Troop 535 from High Ridge, Montana, Troop 7 from Grapevine, Texas, Troop 642 from Woodland Hills, California, Troop 331 from Spring, Texas, Troop 2176 from Arvada, Colorado, Troop 17 from Chantilly, Virginia, Troop 4 from Tampa, Florida. Thank you so much.
Our last project for today is a yummy patriotic pop that I think you're really going to like.
Thanks, Cameron. To make these really cool, yummy cake pops, what you're gonna need are some double stuffed Oreos, melting chocolate, red, white, and blue, and I just got those from my local craft store, a squeeze bottle, which you don't have to use, but it does make it easier whenever you're doing the designs, wax paper, and then I have this mug and spoon to mix my chocolate in whenever I put it in the microwave. Some optional things you can have are sprinkles and food coloring. The first step you want to do whenever you're making your Oreo cake pops is to wash your hands, and like Miranda says, with soap and water. Next, we're going to start by melting our melting chocolates. So, you're going to take your melting chocolates and pour a few into your cup. You can eyeball it, and so let's say you're going to make like 20, then you're going to need a lot more than if you're going to make 2. So just however much chocolate you think you're going to need, and then we're going to put it in the microwave at half temp for 30 seconds. Okay, I think that I now have a good consistency of my chocolate, so I'm going to put my stick into my Oreo. So how I'm going to do this is start off by taking my Oreo apart, so I have the cream and then just the cookie on one side. And I'm going to place these down on a wax piece of paper. Then I'm going to take my stick and dip it in the chocolate so it gives it a little bit more like stickiness to the Oreo. I then place it in the cream and then put the Oreo back together. Then I'll put the Oreo on the wax paper in the fridge for about 5 minutes so it can get chill before I do my next step. Now I'm going to dip my Oreos into my white chocolate, so it's pretty easy, just dip it on in there. Sometimes I use a spoon just to cover it a little bit. Then I'm gonna pull it out, and I want it to be pretty thin, so whenever I lay it down on the wax paper, it won't be like a puddle. So I'm gonna lay it on the wax paper till I'm ready to put it in the fridge or to decorate. Now I'm gonna take my red and my blue candies, and I'm going to put it into a squeeze bottle and then microwave it at half power for 30 seconds again and just mix it in between. You don't have to use a squeeze bottle, but it does make it easier. Okay, so now we're on to the fun part, which is decorating the Oreos, which I just put my chocolates into these squeeze bottles, so it'll be pretty easy to decorate. I already put a few blue dots on here, but my red got clogged, so I had to fix that, and then now I'm gonna add my red dots. So actually I'm gonna test it out. Okay, it's doing a lot better now. All I did was put it in the microwave for another 30 seconds and mix it, and just make sure the top wasn't clogged. And now he's working a lot better. Now I'm going to keep decorating and trying some different designs. So I'm gonna try, oh, okay, that's actually kind of cool. A little spotted dots. I like that actually, looks like art class. I think I'm now gonna try a star, because I like stars, I think they're pretty cool. fill it in. There we go. Put a little dot in the middle. I like that. I'll add a little bit to the top. There we go. Now I'm gonna add, a little bit of blue. A little bit right there, that's fine. The blue's kind of going off the edge, but it kind of makes it look pretty cool. Now I'm going to put them in the fridge and let them chill, and then they will be ready to eat. My Oreo Pops just got out of the freezer, and they were in there for about 5 minutes, and now they're ready to go. Now you have a cute little Oreo Pop that is just super yummy that you can eat at your 4th of July celebration.
Taylor, those look amazing. Great job. Now, let's head back to Washington, D.C. one last time.
We've heard a lot about Thomas Jefferson today, from his writing and signing of the Declaration of Independence in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, to seeing him at Mount Rushmore in South Dakota. We end here today back in Washington, D.C. at the Jefferson Memorial.
Many things have changed in our country since Thomas Jefferson was president. Things are still far from perfect, but it's important that all of us can express our beliefs, peacefully state our opinions, and continue to live up to the Scout Oath and law. Enjoy the rest of your holiday weekend.
And
happy Independence Day.
Our next show is 2 weeks from today, on July 18th. We'll look forward to seeing you then. Remember, you can always go to our website, where you'll find information about today's show, past episodes, and our advancement tracker, and much more. Visit bsa-la.org/SSL.
Thank you so much to Eventing for generously supporting our program. Eventing is an online service that helps Scout units organize campouts, fundraisers, field trips, and Eagle projects. Now for more information, go to their website at eventing.com.
If you'd like to learn more about Scouting or know someone who may want to join in all of the fun, be sure to visit beascout.org to find a Scouting unit near you. Thank you again for joining us today. As always, be safe. Don't forget to wash your hands with soap and water. Today, we're going to leave you with a very special performance. A couple of weeks ago, we put the call out for Scout musicians, and we received lots of responses. Our Scouting community is filled with so much talent. Every Scout, no matter where they are from, their background, religion, or even race, has the ability to make a positive impact on their community, nation, and even the world. Today's performance is a reminder of what we can do when we all work together. I'm Miranda Janae, and I'm honored to introduce to you the Scout Saturday Live Orchestra.
Over the road.
I'm going to mix it, but I don't have a spoon.